Greetings, greetings, greetings. This is Revere Sky. So, I wanted to know something. I'm on my last two Benju. I had to search night and day for this brand of incense because the dealer is sold out, and I've been just holding on to these things. I don't even sell them. Like when people say, "Oh, what incense you got?" I never even mention this incense. This incense is the truth. It awakens so many parts of my element that I don't even share them. And when I used to give them away, I was trying to learn what made me not like the scent, and then one day it all just awakened. And then now I don't give them to anybody. Okay. So, when I have the little words going through those big definitions that we have to research and learn about and understand why. So, off rip, you have the question about can you be bought or anything like that. No, I can't be bought. No, I'm not looking for fame. I just want to be a traditional, low-key person that unite with like minds, okay? And it's terrible we have to go through social media to find like minds, okay? It's really, really sad. Okay, in that process, hold on, the smoke. It's too close. Okay. In that process, let's see. Okay, it's going up now. In that process, this definition keep coming across my psyche. Propriety. Okay, propriety. And the topic is, when do you say no to propriety? Okay. The reason being is propriety, by what I've been researching, deals with you going by a standard, you going by a tradition, you going by a new norm. Not, like they say, not the normal, but the new norm. That's a form of propriety, okay? Propriety. Also, when do you say no? When do you say no? When do you say, you know what, that's your tradition, that's not my tradition? And what is the outcome by not being looked at as a propriety? Okay, the outcome, we really need to know that. Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna look up the word propriety for you. Okay, it's already on the page. This is Google. Propriety, a state or quality of conforming to conventionally accepted standards of behavior or morals. Behavior and morals, okay? So basically, by that coming up in my psyche today, it shows that something either thinks that I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, I'm not being traditional, or that I am doing it. But 9 out of 10, I feel like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Like I'm supposed to be going along with the program and the system. I'm not supposed to be rebelling. I'm not supposed to. Their magic and brainwashing and toxic lifestyle is actually supposed to be taking a hold of me, okay? But it's not. Discretion, sobriety, modesty, politeness, good manners. I thought I had that. I didn't think that I was way some other way. The details or rules of behavior conventionally considered to be correct. So there's a lot of stuff going on where people say, oh, you're not politically correct. You're not morally correct. Like if we determine our lives based on other people's morals, when in fact it only enslaved you. They were only like the people who snitched on you and kept you in their order. What means propriety? The quality or state of being proper or suitable, appropriateness, conformity to what is socially acceptable in conduct or speech. Proprieties, plural, the customs and manners of polite society. Fear of, here it goes, fear of offending against conventional rules of behavior, especially between the sexes. And this is when my black wound energy comes out. Battle with the sexes. They have stripped us of so many rights. They even created laws that basically can put you in shackles. Like a man can literally take his wife to the crazy house, and if he say she crazy, they'll believe it. Like, it is expressed in so many countries where if he want to say his wife crazy because she's not doing it, you know, um, the man can get a divorce if you're not having sex. Uh, when it comes down to military allowances, if the man or the husband documents that you're not giving him sex and you're married, they'll take away your benefits. Okay? So, and the way I see it is, if you're not having sex, you don't need to be there anyway, but you can have a relationship, But if they're like cheating on you or something, like, fuck him, right? Okay. But when is propriety too much? When do you actually say enough is enough? Okay. And I keep hearing these songs. Like, I was listening to this one song, and it's an old song. I used to jam to this song hard. So I'm listening to this one song, and he's like, I see you on the campus every day. I finally got you on Instagram, so I started following you. He said, I want to give you me for all of you. And then at the end of the song, he says, you got my soul. Like, do we really have men around here trying to snatch feminine women's souls? That's kind of creepy. I think that's why I kind of had my anxiety attack. Um, uh-oh. It seems like that's why I had my anxiety attack like a day or so before my birthday, because I just felt like, what did they refund me for? Like, I feel like, dang, and I had to play that song like 10 times and listen to him. Like, he literally said, I'm going to give you me for all of you. Like, he's nothing but a shell, right? And in the process, he said, I see you on the campus, girl. I followed you on your Instagram, scrolling on your Instagram, and at the very end, he says, you got my soul. And I'm like, is he talking like to Hollywood, saying that they got his soul? Or is he saying to that chick that he's following around and chasing that he's about to harvest her soul? Let me see. They took something off my order. I'm hoping that the stuff that I ordered is in there. Okay, they gave me a refund. Okay, so then I'm in the hair store. Yes, I'm in the hair store. I was about to braid my hair, and then I seen this wig, and I had on my this is an old dress, but I had it on. And I said, ooh, just give me that jet black one right there. But I'm in there, and the guy is like rapping, or singing, and he said it, the verse repeated over and over, and he said, it's amazing that you can't get attention unless you give up your soul. It's amazing that you can't get attention unless you give up your soul. Like, we really need to do classes dealing with the soul, because it seems like it's a lot of people out there that are soulless. And then the people that are not soulless, they're catching hell. Like, you could get your foot, you could get your pinky toe wet with getting money, but you can't put your foot in the water and get that money unless you're willing to bargain. And I always said, I've said it in the past in many videos, I'm going to show you that I could be a billionaire and keep my motherfucking soul. Okay? And people may say, we're going to challenge you and that. Listen, whatever. Sleep on it. I am going to be a billionaire, trillionaire, millionaire, zillionaire, all of that and more. Oh, walk away from everything, don't give a fuck type of spirit. But I noticed that they keep reminding people, hey, everything that you want comes with a price. And I seek, traffic. Everybody wants a little bit of traffic. How else can I thrive? How else can my business thrive if I don't have traffic? If I don't, like, I could be India Arie today, Jill Scott tomorrow, and maybe some other queen on hip hop or something the next day. And I want to attract different types of energy to come into my realm and my space, right? But I don't think you should lose anything behind it. So when it comes down to propriety, when is enough enough? When is that standard need to be pushed to the side and you actually stand up for yourself? And when do you actually say, you know what, I could keep flipping, going into business, da 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 da, but if it's costing me any of my essential essence to the point where who I came in this world to be and my journey, I can't do it because I have to follow this construct, this new system, this new everything. It's a bunch of baba motherfucking ganoush, okay? Now, also, it's another word, acquiesce. So let me look up acquiesce. It's funny. I mentioned the damn incense, and then all of a sudden they talk about they got me a refund. Hold up. Acquiesce. So, acquiesce. Acquiesce. Okay, so acquiesce. Now, how do these tie together? Propriety, Spirit already came and said, propriety, I need you to do things the traditional way or whatever the normal is. I don't want you going ancient. I don't want you going back in time. I don't want you being like your ancestors. That's basically like what propriety is, because I'm looking at propriety as you want to stick with your tradition. But at the same time, if a civilization that's fencing itself around you is changing, and like how they do people in Africa, the tribes, they put a fence out there and the tribes can't travel no more. And then if they do travel, they try to send them to a church or a vaccination place. It's weird. Acquiesce, accept something reluctantly but without protest. So basically it's saying, don't fight it. Permit, you agree, you allow, you accept. Just allow the people just step on you, drain you, utilize your image, but don't just accept it. To tolerate something. That's what acquiesce means. And the vocabulary is so strong though, and I'm like, why such big words? When I'm dealing with this, it is huge words. It's never something small. And I can always hear it clearly. And I just go look it up. Also, I'm going to start dealing with the deity Minerva. Yes, I will be building candles for Minerva. Minerva is Athena, which is also the Egyptian goddess Keith. I think that's right. Let me see. Keith. Keith. Keit. Keet goddess. Let's see. I think it might be Keith. I don't know. Egyptian goddess. Let me just look up Minerva. Minerva is which Egyptian goddess? Okay. I'll introduce Minerva. Minerva is a Roman goddess of wisdom and strategic warfare, and the sponsor of arts, trade, and strategy. Ain't that something? And I was just the other day busting it, and all this shit was just downloading. Minerva is not a patron of violence such as Mars, but a defensive war only. So if you come at Minerva, she will defend herself. She will defend herself and she will take you out. Okay. From the 2nd century BC onward, the Romans equated her with the Greek goddess Athena. Minerva is one of the 3 Roman deities in the Capitoline triad, along with Jupiter and Juno. Goddess of poetry, medicine, wisdom, strategic warfare, commerce, weaving, and crafts. Minerva, all the way. Like, who would have known? Who would have known that a deity or a goddess speaks to you like that? Okay? But the thing about it is, right now, I don't know what exactly I'm supposed to be accepting and just complying with without anything. But I do know one thing about it. These traits, I will definitely comply with. These traits right here, I will comply all day. Now, Minerva, so let's go to Athena. Goddess Athena is the same thing, okay? That's the Greek goddess. Often given the epithet Pallas. In the ancient Greek, goddess associated with wisdom, handicraft, and warfare, was later syncretized with the Roman goddess Minerva. Athena was regarded as the patron of protectress of various cities across Greece, particularly the city of Athens, from which she most likely received her name. She's usually shown in art wearing a helmet and holding a spear. Her major symbols include owls, olive trees, and it was so funny. I keep a thing of olives by my nightstand. It's something about it. And this morning I got up and I was like, I'm going to eat them last 4 olives in there. And then I set it back down. I said, not yet. But it was just so funny. And it's funny how talk about owls, olive trees, snakes, and the Gorgonian, or I don't know what that is. Goddess of wisdoms, olives, weaving, and battle strategy. That is off the chain. Battle strategy. And I told y'all when I was young, young middle school, I used to always be on these islands and they would be running these tactics. And I'd be like, why am I jumping over cars, rolling over stuff? And like I was on a mission. Like always, they always had me running some type of tactic. And in this world, this awakened world, this reality we live in, it makes me always feel like I need to be prepared for something like that. But it seemed like I always went through training in a whole nother world. Okay. I'm trying to find the Egyptian goddess. So Athena, Egyptian goddess. Okay, hold on. Athena. I gotta write this stuff down. Athena, Egyptian equivalent. For even Athena, patron goddess of Athens, is identified with goddess Neith. I was saying Keith. It's Neith. Neith. patroness of the Sate, administrative capital of Sais in the Egyptian Delta. One of the more curious associations of an Egyptian god with a Greek god found in Herodotus is that of Osiris and Dionysus. I need to copy that because I've been studying Dionysus. Okay, so let's look up goddess Neith. And she's not a goddess, she's a god, okay? Neith is a goddess of war and of hunting, and had as her symbol 2 arrows crossed over a shield. She is a far more complex goddess than is generally known, however, and of whom ancient texts only hint of her true nature. She's deep, and her consorts are Khnum and Set. What does the name Neith mean? Water, and I'm a water sign. Origin meaning water. The name Neith means water and is of Egyptian origin. Neith is a name that's being used primarily by parents who are considering baby names for girls. Ancient Egyptian mother goddess of war, weaving, and hunting. So you got Minerva, which I think I pulled that card last night. Minerva. She was all over me this morning. When I was locating clothes and stuff, Minerva, and you see it deals with beliefs and got this. All I know, it kept saying Minerva, 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 and I always try to look up the equivalent of that goddess. So we got Minerva, Athena, and Neith. And let me tell you something. I'm about to make me a candle and a little altar for that energy, because it seems like we're at a point where we cannot let our guards down, especially as a female. So the energy has spoken, and it's basically saying, I don't know, I feel like my spirit say propriety should be broken if it doesn't benefit you. But if they talk about propriety dealing with Neith, Athena, and Minerva, yeah, I'll comply. But when it comes down to whatever that stuff they singing on that radio and they trying to do, oh no. No, 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 no. So I'm just going to leave it there and acquiesce. I want to look that up one more time because I got to get that in my head. I got propriety, but I want to get that in my head. Acquiesce. I'm going to seek accepting something reluctantly without protest. Yes, if it's dealing with that goddess energy, sure. But if it's dealing with what that man was rapping about, you got my soul, and then I'm in the hair store and they saying, oh, you can't get attention unless you give up your soul. Well, good grief. Like, that soul must be damn sleep, because ain't no way in the hell you can't live in a regular life or a regular realm like this one. You got to live in poverty and be like really just down and out. Like, you can't have all of you. You can't have all of you. You got to give it away to have the glory of feeling like you accomplished something on this dang hood, ghetto ass rim. Anyway, I'm over it. Just know that when it comes down to propriety, you need to understand that you have to know when to say no. You cannot go along with the program just to get along. There's a time when you have to say no. Okay? Another thing I wanted to say before I end it. If there was a such thing as conscious transfer and cloning. Like, let's say, for instance, they could take your conscious, your thought patterns, and put them in another body. In that process, okay, here we go. Something always bother you. In that process, let's say if there was this and they were harvesting the consciousness of females and they were actually transferring their conscious and their sleep cycle to another body. Now, why would something bother my eye now and got me rubbing my eye? You see this shit right here? That's what I'm talking about. Got you feeling some type of way. Okay? Okay. That's how they do them signs and them signals. Okay. But let's say if there was an area where somebody could transfer your conscious to another body. Okay? I don't know why my eyelash, or is it just hair? Something feels like it keep touching my eyeball. Okay. They transfer your conscious to another body. By what I've seen in my dreams, when they transfer your body to another conscious, you are under high surveillance. That's right. I remember one time they had me at this house, and I think I spoke about it before. It was a girl in another bed watching her TV. And it was like they had this divider, but it was like a wall, like a plastered sheetrock wall dividing the beds. So her wall was facing me and my wall was facing the windows outside. And finally a guy came in the room and I just jumped up and jumped over the wall. Because I knew something was weird. Either that lady was watching me and guarding me from just running, or whatnot. But they was the guys, like these are guys that I see every day on TV. But I ain't gonna say no names or nothing, but I jumped over that wall. I was trying to get the hell up out of there. Like, why the fuck am I sitting in this bed and watching this TV and she over there watching that TV and I don't know if she watching me or if she in the same situation I'm in. But I jumped over that goddamn wall so fast, and then finally they started laughing and they put me in the car to leave. So when I walked down these steps, it looked like a New York, when we went outside on the street, it was like a city. It wasn't no grass. It was like townhouse, doorsteps, a sidewalk, car. That's how it was. And the guy opened the door so I could get in the car. And then it was this weird time where they had a group of us like corralled in this room, and they had weapons and everything in there. And it was just like, this one dude was like, I know y'all could see me. And he kept putting the gun up to the camera like, I'm going to fuck up everything in here. And my ass walked off and went over there by a dresser somewhere like, dang, why the fuck we in here? Why the fuck we in here? And that night, when I got ready to leave, it was this weird guy in a red limousine. Yes, it was like a Lincoln, an old Lincoln, like a box bubble kind of. It wasn't no box. It had the smooth edges to it, like, you know, big boy style old Lincoln. It was smooth. It was like a 97, 99 town car. It was like a Lincoln town car. And it was red, though. And it was beat up all on the side. And I'm riding in there in the shotgun. I'm looking back and I'm like, why the fuck this motherfucker empty? So, yeah, it was weird. It was really weird. I don't know why I was the only one in the car with the guy. But the guy was driving. He was driving that red limousine. And, I don't know. And I was looking up red car meanings and red limousines and all that. All I know is red mean blood and energy and vitality and strength. And, you know, I don't know. Well, anyway, I'm going to leave it there. So, you know, I don't know what these people going through with this conscious stuff. All I know, that's why I want to stick with the ancient principles. So, every day I program myself not to let radio waves, Wi-Fi waves, chemicals and drugs influence me on a level that I cannot break the cycle. Okay, I have to try my best to avoid the cycle. I am an observer. Okay, I just supposed to be watching. That was another thing the other day. Spirit was like, "Look, we don't want you doing nothing. We don't want you advocating for nothing. We don't want you speaking up for no black power. Nothing. Just sit back and observe and watch the sheep." Okay. And then I was saying the other day that the damn thing kept saying something about it's like the chosen people will perish. I forget what I was saying. I typed it on YouTube community page, and it kept saying the so and so shall perish, but it's supposed to be this so and so will take the land back, but it kept saying so and so gonna perish, like the chosen people gonna perish, and like I feel like my mom, like how the chosen people gonna perish because that won't have equilibrium within this realm. Like you have to have equilibrium. Um, hold on one second. I don't know. I forget what it is. It was something shall perish. But my spirit said, look, don't be trying to help nobody, don't be trying to guide nobody. Just sit back and watch it all go down. Because the sheep gonna keep moving. And I feel the same way as uh what's the white guy over there in England? Alan Watts. Not Alan Watts. Uh I don't know. It might be Alan Watts. No, not Alan Watts. It's the other guy that be going to Africa. But I forget his name. All I know is he was like the scary part about it is the common people that do not feel like nothing's wrong with the system are going to be the ones that get everybody hurt, get everybody quarantined, get everybody vaccinated because they're too out of their minds. They're too systemized and systemly programmed that they're going to get everybody caught up in the scheme of things. Like you can't protect yourself. Um, but yeah, I can't find it right now. I don't know what day I did it. But yeah. And we don't want people to perish, the chosen people to perish. Nope. No, we do not. I wish it was a